So, you decided to start playing Phantasy Star Online too. That's amazing. That's good stuff. And you're looking at it and you're like, whoa. Okay, I decided to start making my character, and dang, there was just so many things to do. Well, let me help you out with that. In this video, I'm going to be going through some of the most important things to deal with when it comes to starting to play Phantasy Star Online 2. And of course, this is $yen, and let's get into it. First off, you might want to change your player ID. So, if you started to notice, if you go into the game itself and you're just going in there pretty much from the start, you're going to see a bunch of numbers or even some IDs that start with PN in some of the communications. Ugh, that's kind of gross. Pretty nasty and pretty hard to remember anyway. So what you want to do with that is when you're at the character select screen, go over to the support and go to change player ID. You can only do this once, and after that, with subsequent changes, there will be AC, aka Ark's cash, which is pretty much real life cash that you'll have to spend in order to do it. Next thing you want to do, and something that you should probably do every single day, is log in. Once you log in, you can receive bonuses even if you're not going to be playing. You just simply go in, log in, choose your ship, and you'll be able to get the attendance mark. This can be very helpful for some of the bonuses that you could be getting, such as Tri Boost, different types of boosters that are either 50 or 100% the actual chances or even the rates. That can be helpful later on in the game itself. Keep doing this. Make sure you keep doing it. Trust, it's helpful. One of the things that you should be doing from the start of the game is going through the tutorial. I know, it's a little anime, and this and that, and you know, it's so lolly, but once you go through it, you'll be able to understand exactly how the game is structured. If you skip this, you'll still be able to get all the level bonuses and whatnot, but running through this will help you understand a bit more about the game, and also it gives you a bit of a puppy run of the first stage, which is the forest. In other Phantasy Star games, the forest variations would change depending on, well, not necessarily depending, it's pretty much random. Unless it's an actual quest. It's still good to do, and it's good to get you familiar with the game, as well as the different things that your class can do. Very helpful, and even though Affin's pretty good sounding. I can't complain about him. But anyway, you'll even get a nice treat, aka a boss battle, right at the end of it. Now, one of the other things that you should probably be doing once you get onto the ship is go through training mode. Yep, there is actually training quest in Phantasy Star that does a bit of a breakdown as to what classes do what. Sure, you select your class and you think you're good to go, but through some of these training modes, you can get a nice little preview as to what the classes would be able to do, like as well as like passive abilities and action abilities. So it's pretty good that you go through it. You don't have to go through it subsequent times. You can just do it all the 9 classes in one shot, just to get yourself a little bit more familiar with. Now, one of the things you should probably be doing is going through some of the expedition runs. Expedition gives you a better understanding of the maps. Each map has 3 zones, and with the last zone, that leads up to a boss battle. And also, something that you should probably do as well too, is you know that guy that was hanging out with you at the start of the game, Affin? Yeah, you should probably go to him for your first client orders. Client orders are pretty much quests in the game. It can be done in different ways. Like for instance, it could be done on a certain map, it could be done through letting yourself into the gateway ship, and also it can be done by doing a bit of a tally of certain things, such as enemy kills, items that you need to collect, and so forth. Affin's quests are good for beginners because they familiarize yourself with the system and where things are going. They're not very hard to do. At least one of them could be a bit of a challenge in the lower levels, but it's a pretty simple thing. As for Coffee's quests, such as mags, sub-palettes, palettes, and access to higher levels in the game, that's a definite must. Make sure you speak to her in order to get these. Also, one more thing that I'd like to include is make sure you do the story quest. I know they can be a little bit more boring as well too, a little lolly and all that again, but these are very helpful in order to get access to other areas of the game, and they're not really that half bad. You can also unlock different NPC characters that can be added as friends, so you'll be able to use them even if you're by yourself when it comes to getting out in the field. They can be very helpful, and they probably have some good stats anyway. Definitely check out story mode. Make sure you do the episodes. And I think that's pretty much it for myself. I'm $yen, and thank you for watching. And this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful player guide that I'll be making on Phantasy Star Online 2. Of course, there's a bunch out there, but still, it's good that you watched. Anyway, talk soon.